Priest as well as the fact that Disc Priest can help
and
with
the first
fears
picks
as
and
well.
bans has been started, by the way. Again, Toxic Youth is banning the Elemental Shaman, and Nafig from the Beach is banning the UA Lock, so Blockstock is not going to be able to play his Affliction, so he's either going to play on Demo or Destro, and so, again, Toxic Youth banning that Elemental Shaman. Toxic Youth picking the Elemental Shaman for themselves, I guess it's going to be saying Nafig from the Beach picking a Feral Druid now, so that's going to be interesting.
I think what they're going to look to do is kind of pick the Feral to shut down the Elemental Shaman, and obviously they just banned the Elemental Shaman because they really just don't want to fight Elemental Shamans right now.
Yeah.
I think they're too strong. But interesting that they're not choosing to ban Feral. They are thinking that having the Feral on the other team isn't as scary as having the Elemental Shaman. I guess the Elemental Shaman offers kind of the one-shots out of nowhere.
That's, to be honest, a really weird ban. Like, the second ban of Toxic Youth, they banned actually, like, the first ban was Elemental Shaman, that's what Toxic Youth did, and then Nafig from the Beach picks a Feral, okay. And the second ban Toxic Youth did was actually banning a DK, so I don't see that being a real wise choice, to be honest, because DK is
I think with that ban they might have been worrying that with a Feral if they picked a DK, they could just tunnel Feral DK into Elemental Shaman, and the Elemental Shaman's not going to be able to get any damage out aside from the instant procs he gets from his Flame Shocks and his Lava Burst, just because with Necrotic Strikes they're not going to be able to get, they obviously have much slower casts. The amount of stuns and interrupts that Ferals bring, as well as the Death Mind Freeze, and if he runs Unholy, which they did ban, he has Gnaw to interrupt as well.
And so it's going to be the FMP, as I said earlier, with the Disc Priest. Phenomenon is going to play Disc again, and Toxic Youth is going to be playing the Ellie Demo Lock Holy Priest this time. So it's going to be Swapsy on Ellie, it's going to be Blockstock on the Demo Lock, and it's going to be Nice on the Holy Priest. So, interesting, they're swapping up the Disc Priest to the Holy Priest. I think it's a wise choice, to be honest. Cause
I quite like this. I quite like running the Disc Priest with the Feral Druid, because obviously, as I said before, you get the Dispersion from Symbiosis. Holy Priests are obviously really strong right now. They have a lot of healing. They have Guardian Spirit for the amount of CC. And I guess they're thinking, well, with a Feral, we should pick a Mage here. That's going to give us the strongest comp. They have a lot of CC with that, and they have Deep Freeze, which is actually usable in healers when you're running with a Feral, because they can stun the target.
Yeah, I think actually FMP is one of the strongest comps in the game right now, if you can play it real well. But also, one thing I don't like is that they are playing FMP with Disc Priest. I don't know if Phenomenon can play Holy. It doesn't look like he's practiced it, because everyone that's played actually Holy thinks Holy is better. And I think Holy is better as well, and it's especially good with actually FMP, because you have that Chastise as well, which is kind of huge. You can just Chastise, for example, you could just Chastise Fear on the other Holy Priest. That's what FMP could do, into like Cyclones, into Sheeps, and they could just go on someone else. They could just like cross-CC the Ellie, like they could just probably get a bash into him or anything like that, and they could just go on him. You could do so much, to be honest.
Yeah, and I feel like just the burst that comp provides is going to be really useful for getting that swap, forcing the Holy Priest Trinket or something, and then maybe targeting the Warlock initially, and then just swapping it all over onto the Ellie, if they manage to force Sham Rage with something as well.
Yeah, probably. So, it's going to be Fake Q. Fake Q is going to come in, so it's going to be interesting to see FMP, man. I'm looking forward to see this matchup.
Yeah, I think this might work a little bit better for them than previously, because obviously before the fear from the Warlock and the Priest is going to be DRing, whereas here the Mage is just going to bring Polymorph and that's CC DR.
It's
so
definitely like it's 3 different DRs, and I think this comp is synergizing way better than the previous one. I mean, wanting to do dispersion is understandable, but I think the Resto Shaman would probably be better for the previous comp, to be honest, because the Warlock would have more pressure with the what am I saying? With the extra mastery from the Resto Shaman, they would have also Tremors, and they wouldn't have like DR Fears from the Priest instead of, they would have Hexes from the Shaman, so that wouldn't DR, they could have Hexes in the Ellie Shaman.
Yeah, I think the reason they didn't want to do that maybe was because Hex is going to be really difficult for the Resto Shaman to cast. Obviously he needs to get into range for that, and then if the Elemental Shaman focuses on shutting him down, he's going to have Wind Shear for that, he's going to have Grounding. And
well, if his team has more pressure, it's easy for him to actually go in. Like, if they actually do, like, for example, if the Warlock gets a lot of pressure and they have to play defensive, just say the Warlock just alone does a good job, and he's going to be able to do that with the Resto Shaman, because he's going to get that extra master as well. So he's also doing a lot more damage, and when he goes in, gets the pressure, it's going to be hard for them to shut down the Shaman, actually, for example, because then they want to shut down, for example, the Warlock and the Feral, and by that time the Resto Shaman can run in and get a Hex as well on the Elemental, and that's either gonna force Trinket or he's gonna be stuck in at full. So they can also like coordinate that with getting a full Hex on him, stunning someone else, cloning someone else, whatever. Yeah, but it's actually really good.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to win this matchup then with these two comps?
I think Nafig from the beach is going to take it if they play good, but it depends how much practice they had. So if Nafig from the beach have the practice they need, they should be able to take this one. And what's your name? I'm just gonna whisper you on Skype. Actually, you should whisper this name or something like that. Don't know if it's Horde Alliance.
No, I'm in the group now. It's fine.
Okay, that's good. Q has been popped, so we're just waiting for the gates to open, guys. Be patient.
I don't know. I really think that Toxic Youth can definitely take this one. I mean, Demo Lock, LA Shaman burst damage isn't something to be kind of taken lightly, but with the FMP comp, like, there's just no real good kill target, so they're really going to need to set up that damage well, because obviously the Mage can just ice block it, Feral can disperse it. If you go for the Priest with that, then you're going to have to play quite aggressive. The Feral and the Mage are both going to be able to kill your damage, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one goes.
Oh, did you join the game?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, okay, just wait till gates have opened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it can go both sides, but Ali Shams can do a lot of burst, man, so they can just kill someone without even using any CDs, but we're in a tournament, it's gonna be rarely we're gonna see that happen, but we've seen some one-shots by Ali Shams quite often here, so Thunder Gods coming in here and there, Thor coming with his hammer, just smashing someone down.
It really also depends on how many Lava Burst procs we're going to see Swapsy get here, because if he gets enough, then it doesn't matter what they do, it's just going to be too much damage to heal through, really, and so it's going to force some cooldowns. Okay, so we join now.
Yes.
I completely forgot to take my gear off. Silly me.
Oh, so...
Okay, so we are just going to wait for these teams to be ready now, without everyone's killed off.
Yeah, everyone needs to be killed off, and we're just gonna go in after that. And countdown has been started, so does look like we're ready. Countdown has been started, and we're going to the first best of 3 series here.
It's a straight away we see Fake Q getting the invis out, Blockstack getting his gateway up. Calanix opens up onto the Elemental Shaman Swapsy here, and he's definitely looking to target him. Siphene comes out from Apparat here. Apparat put into an axe thrust by the Feral, Demolock though. Fake Q put into a fear. He does well with Saken that PI out from Apparat right now.
Yeah, and he's just stuck in a full cyclone here. A lot of pressure into Swapsy actually right now, and this is good, but look at Fake as well. He uses Pump Sheep. He's actually gonna have to ice block there as well. So he gets a Pump Sheep off, but he's gonna have to ice block anyway. Swapsy,
he has now got Spirit Shells on top of him as well. Though Blockstack put into a polymorph. Swapsy's still the main target here. Looks like they're definitely going to want to kill him. He has used his Jam Rage now, so he won't have that available. Fear comes out onto him. Fake Q still looking to target Swapsy. Not really getting too much CC onto Needs right now. He's put into a Deep Freeze though. No polymorph to follow it. Fake Q just trying to get instant cast. Not really doing too much damage right now. Blockstack is rooted as the other team tries to kite. Now, Swapsy is in the middle of the map right now. He could be in a bad position here if they're able to get some CC onto Knees. Fear onto Blockstack right now. Kalashik's not being peeled off of Swapsy at all. No real fears coming out just yet. Fear onto Swapsy though right now. And Fake You has to blink the Axos from the demo pet there.
And they're also fair into blank CS on knees as well, so Swapsy actually takes some real pressure here. Into a deep freeze here. Is he gonna be able to follow up with the sheep? He's gonna try the sheep, but he's nice interrupted by Swapsy or Blockset. Didn't really see what happened there, but that was interrupted. Good job by them, because that sheep would
Fake you in
actually
the
hurt.
locked right now though, as Swapsy comes out from the pillar, puts some instant lava burst on him, siphoned out from these though. We'll see what that can do. It does fear Kalacheeks, but he is dispelled from that, and he's straight back onto his target, which is still going to be Swapsy here. Not really wanting to let him get any casts off. He has got full bleeds up at the moment. Mindbender was out onto him as well though, so Knee's definitely not going to be having any mana problems anytime soon. Looks like Fake Q is still the main target as well. His water rally does go down, and Bluckstack's got his on-use drink up. He's bursting right now. Swapsy in a huge amount of trouble though. Full Cyclone to Knees. Trying to heal himself. Sham Rage is up. Got his healing stream down as well. Fake Q though gets gripped behind the pillar, unable to keep doing damage. Goes for a polymorph and lands onto Bluckstack, but instantly dispelled.
Yeah, and
Knees is then put
actually,
into a full sheep.
yeah, and he's stuck in a full sheep here, and Swapsy is actually gonna be fine from now. As it's gonna break. I think it was a living bomb explosion. Not sure. They're gonna just use the gate with you near Initiate, and they're gonna be fine for now. But Fake Q has been stuck. Has actually been forced to use the his last ice block now for now. So he's gonna be in a lot of trouble, and I would prefer him. And he actually left that one himself, so he's gonna be actually maybe.
Swapsy in a lot of trouble though. That's why he dropped it. He knew he was fine. Knees into a full Cyclone. Swapsy's got full bleeds. Casting heals on himself. Has got Guardian Spirit up as well though. So even if he dies, he's going to be all right now. Skullbash using him. Blanket onto Knees. Fear onto Knees as well. Sheep on Blockstack. Swapsy in a huge amount of trouble. Life swap force there. So they could swap it onto Knees, but Gateway used by the entire team here. They're going to get away. They're going to be all right for now. Blockstack is going to take a little bit of damage at the main time though, but Kalacheeks goes straight back on Swapsy, really not wanting to let him cast. Swapsy nearly here, does use the Thunderstorm away, and Kalacheeks is going to swap onto Blockstack. Blockstack does use his Healthstone and has his Unending Resolve popped as well. He's going to look to just kite away and get away from Kalacheeks. He's put into an Axe Toss.
Yeah, and seems like Fake Q's gonna have one ice block available in like around 1 minute, so he's gonna be fine. Dan, but still Dan, I think he should play a bit defensive because Phenomenal does have his trinket available.
Though he has got Fearwood up, Cyclone onto Blockstack, no CC following just yet. Fearwood does come off Knees now. He's been popped, it breaks instantly. Fake Q in a huge amount of trouble though. Dark Soul out from Blockstack right now, on use as well. Is just casting those instant casts into him. Fake Q trying to kite, does get PS, put into a Fear though. Chaos Wave comes in, still trying to just get to line of sight. Trying to kite, but Life Swap does come in from Apparat there onto Fake Q. Apparat in the middle of the map now, could be in a little bit of trouble. Fake Q puts a Ring of Frost down, looks like he's going to be fine for now. Blockstack is going to be the target for Kalacheeks right now, but he does get put into a Mortal Coil away, so he's going to be fine for now. Felimp's coming out from Blockstack again as he is put into a full sheep. Apparat is going to be the main target for the time being, taking a bit of damage, but they're swapping onto Fake Q. Fake Q in a little bit of trouble right now. Full Fear onto Knees though. Swapsy is still the target. Sheep onto Blockstack. Swapsy's all on his own right now. Has got a healing side down. Still might be in a little bit of trouble. Down to 100k. Knees put into a half sheep. No kick available from Kalacheeks though. He's going to be the target. He's put into an Axe Toss and has a Fear button to him as well.
Fake is gonna be seems to be fine for now, and he has his actually cost up available in like around 1 second, so he's gonna be fine for now. He might actually be forced to use it right now. Phenomenon, Kalak, Fake you, all of them are on 50% HP or below, so Swapsy taking some serious pressure. Decreases his knees here. He doesn't have Trinket available just right now, and he doesn't look like the Sham Rage available as well, so Swapsy taking some serious pressure, dropping to 40% HP, but looks like he's gonna be fine as there's no follow-up CC into knees, so Swapsy's going to be picked up here, doesn't have to use
Fake Q's team keep up though, then they are definitely going to be in a great position, because Swapsy's actually running There's a Cyclone onto Knees, a Sheep onto Blockstack, no peels available to Swapsy right now. He does use the Gateway to get away. Kalacheeks just popping out, putting a rejuve on himself, trying to help his healer out. His healer's down to 100k mana, so could soon be a problem for them. Knees perfectly fine on mana though. Kalacheeks does get his Treant stun out onto Swapsy right now, but he's going to be fine. He's used his Sham Rage, does get put into a Fear, but does Tremor. Oh no, sorry, just broke from that one.
Yeah, and seems like actually Nafig on the Beach has been able to stabilize as well, and same with Toxic Youth. So, and he's also got his Trinket available right now, so not going to see a kill into Swapsy.
Gateway Swapsy though, and he puts a little bit of damage into Fake You, but he's going to be fine. Full Sheep onto Blockstack right now. Knees wasn't over around the pillar. Swapsy all on his own right now. Full Fear onto Knees and a Deep Freeze. Trinkets that. Swapsy trying to get into his range. Wants him to Gateway, I think, but does Gateway back to him. Looks like he's going to be okay for now, but Knees is still in the half polymorph, could be in a little bit of trouble. Fake U's got a Frozen Orb on him, got a lot of procs on him right now, doing a lot of damage, does get Thunderstormed away, and Knees put into a blank counterspell, but looks like Swapsy's going to be fine for the time being.
Yeah, and seems like Blockstack's stuck in a full Fear. Doesn't look like Knees has any Dispel available for him if you're at the moment. He got a Dispel, and he's popping a Demon Soul, and he got re-sheeped on that. Nice job by Fake, you actually CCing on his CDs. And there's a full sheep into Knees here. Good job actually faking kind of mind control, mind gaming and winning it on knees. So
Swapsy has got Stoneform and Sham Rage up right now, though, so they know that he's in trouble right now. Blanket onto knees. Not really too much happening with that. Calatrix just keeping on his target. Apparatus mana really starting to hurt, though, down to 50k. Might need to see him drink soon. Bluckstack's put into a Cyclone. And they're just using this gateway to kite. I really feel like that they need to try and set themselves up so that they're not going to be able to do that, but Fake You in a little bit of trouble right now. Was put into a fear, dropped to about half by the Alley Shaman. Calatrix in a fear as well. Apparat really starting to need to pick his team up, and he hasn't really got mana to just spend spamming flash heals to do it. But Fake You looking to play really aggressive. Swapsy just cutting back to his priest right now, and Calatrix cutting back to his as well. They both know they're in a little bit of trouble. Bark's getting out from him, and he's going to start putting the rejuves up, helping his team out.
yeah, and Kalak's still on 20% HP. Looks like Phenomenon has some catching up to do. Any more CC into him doesn't look like anything is coming in right now, so he's actually trying to stomach into an awkward position. And he's taking a full Howl of Terror after that. He's gonna have to use his Will of Forsaken to catch up Kalak. He gets the DR Fear out of the Will of Forsaken, so Kalak in a little bit of trouble, Fake You in a little bit of trouble. Gets Axe tossed.
PS used onto Fake You. He is just gonna like say try and avoid some of that damage, but Calatrix still in a little bit of trouble. Deep Freeze used onto knees into a full Polymorph. Looks like their target is still going to be Swapsy, but Swapsy just kiting to the other side of the map, using his Thunderstorm on cooldown to give him mana. Full Fear onto knees. Calatrix and Fake You both chasing down Swapsy here. Swapsy in a little bit of trouble. No gateway available for him just yet. Down to 100k and a full stun. Has got Sham Rage up. Is though. Full Sheep onto Blockstack. Knees unable to dispel that for the time being. But Apparat did use a Mindbender there as well. He might have got a drink off. He has quite a lot of mana right now. Fake You in a little bit of trouble though. Down to half. Looks like he's going to be the main target. Gets Thunderstorm the opposite way. Has to Ice Block that and get gripped in it. But Swapsy still nearly dropped with both of him and Knees taking the gateway.
Yeah, and it seems like Knees is stuck in a route. He maybe tried to bug it, but he doesn't have gateway actually on cooldown. He's stuck in the Deep Freeze. Is going to be any follow-up CC. He tries to go for the sheep, but he's going to get interrupted. And he actually juked the shock, so he's going to be able to get a full sheep.
Swapsy's in a lot of trouble. Does gateway away, trying to cast heals on himself. Only has the mana for just the one though. Fake You blinking in to try and get to him. Healing Stream is down. He's got Living Bomb up though. But Calatrix just connected back, so blanket onto knees. They're really trying to finish him here. Calatrix seems to be the target for the time being. Dropped to about half, but picked up quite well by Apparat. Apparat back down to about 60k mana. The Dark Soul is out from Blockstack right now, and he gets sheeped on that, unable to put out full damage. Grounding Totem comes down. Full Fear was onto knees for that though. Swapsy just gatewaying away again. Fake You and Calatrix both trying to connect to him. Calatrix was put into a stun there, did trinket that, but Swapsy put into a full stun, gets gripped on it. Great life grip there by him, but Calatrix straight on his target. Knees put into a Cyclone. Blockstack not really able to do too much for his team right now.
Yeah, and Fake You has to use
Deep Freeze, then a full Fear. Swapsy in a lot of trouble. Full Sheep onto knees. Swapsy might just go down here. Down to 180k. Gets picked up by Guardian Spirit, I think that was. But DR'd Fear, blanket onto knees, and Swapsy's going to go down.
Yeah, and that's going to be it, man. Finish the deal there. Sealed it off with another blank CS. Really good chance to see by Nafig from the beach, and it's going to be match point for them in the third best of 3 series. So this is gonna be it, guys. If they win one more game, they're actually gonna be able to do it. And to be honest, Nafig from the beach can't just. I think they got a really good chance of taking it. I mean, Toxic Youth has some good momentums, but I think Nafig from the beach did what they had to do. Good chance to see into knees, and that's what they had to do, man.
Yeah, I think they really used the gateway well, but in the end, they were just able to set up the kill long enough. I think by sitting on Swapsy, they shut down his damage, and forcing him to heal himself really runs him in quite well.
Yeah. So that's gonna be 1-0 for Nafig from the beach. It's gonna be interesting if they're gonna be able to take the second one. But
I think they're gonna have a much bigger advantage on next map, because I'd expect them to pick something like Blade's Edge or maybe Dalaran, but I think they're gonna actually pick Blade's Edge just because they're gonna be able to knock down and.
Yeah, I think Blade's just gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be It's gonna be an advantage for both sides, to be honest. I mean, Kalak does have the knocks. If he can do some clutch, knocks on the alley, for example, and get him away from the gate as well, that would be huge. So
yeah, that also means
can
that
also backfire.
Him knocking him down is going to be able to get his mana back as well, because we saw that early on he wasn't really using his Thunderstorm too often, and by the end he was just completely him and had to use it on cooldown, just to try and keep himself up from mana, just because those healing surges really aren't cheap. And yeah, they are going to be picking Blade's Edge this time.
Yeah, and seems like to be the ideal choice. Even so, I know it can backfire for them, but it also can be. It's more chance it's going to be better for them, because it's harder for the Druid to knock down the alley instead of the alley actually knocking down the others. So definitely understand why he's going to pick that, and just wait until gates have opened and everything like that.
So I think we're going to see this map going to Swapsy again, but I can see this going 2-1 to Fake U's FMP, just because they played so well in that last game, and they were really, even when they didn't have cooldowns, they were able to keep themselves up. Fake U doing a great job just line of sighting when he really needed to.
Yeah, I mean, they did really force everything from Fake as well. They forced life swap, they forced 2 ice blocks, and there were some times they had actually a lot of pressure into him when he doesn't have anything, but I guess they kind of need to kill before he gets the 3rd ice block available.
Yeah, I think the thing is with an FMP, like if they start playing defensive, it's just so difficult for them to get a kill, and if Swapsy's having to push in on them to get the kill, they just get the counter pressure on Swapsy and he has to play defensive again. So I think for this team, with a demo lock, it's just actually really difficult for them to get a kill. On this map, it's going to be a lot. I feel it'll be a lot easier for them to push in. It's if they can keep it up top when they want to be getting a lot of pressure, it's going to be open, a lot of a more open map, and so they're going to be able to get a lot more casts out. Whereas if they're down and they're just kiting around, it's going to be so much harder for them to actually Fake U's FMP to actually die, because they're going to have so many pillars to kite around.
Yeah, so it's going to be rough, and I think Mage is going to be put in more awkward positions here, because he can just, if he gets knocked, for example, and there's no life group available, I think it might just have to ice block, for example. So stuff like that is definitely an advantage for them, but even though if Toxic Youth take this one with the map advantage, they're still gonna be probably, for example, if Nafig from the beach gets the map, pick just Nagrand, for example, next, and they just win, take that one, for example, they're just gonna be in a good position.
Yeah,
because they can still have the second map pick in the match point then.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're in a really good position right now, and I'd be surprised if they lose this series now.
Yeah, also what they can do is just turtle it out. They can turtle it out for like 11 minutes, and they're gonna be getting... each team is gonna get awarded 1 point, and they're gonna win. So they can even just play downstairs and not risk it. That's probably something I would do, because that would just be the safest thing. Because it's really... it's dangerous staying upstairs. There's the alley shaman. You don't have much LOS, and you can get knocked to Madagascar and die. Yeah,
definitely. One thing to note though is Calatrix has actually got the Fear Ward in this game, so Apparat quite confident in his ability to not get feared. He will have the Will of the Forsaken for it anyway, even if he does. But Knee's just going for a standard of putting his own Fear Ward on himself.
So countdown has been gone, guys, and we're just going in here as I'm actually downstairs, going for a light wall downstairs. That's where I went down. Kalak actually stays downstairs, and this is what I meant. They're gonna be playing downstairs, trying to kill off the light wall as well. Kalak actually just opens up on the light wall, and it's going down. Really good job by him, realizing that needs to be finished off here. And I don't know if they did that last game, but that's a real huge thing. It weakens priest healing so much, Holy Priest. So
yeah, definitely. Calatrix is going to be the target here, though, and Swapsy's going to be the target again. So pretty much a lot of the same here. Fake you put into a fear though does sit that one on his icy veins. Calatrix sits that fear as well. Apparat does use his spectral guys to get away. Has used his Will of the Forsaken on fear. Black Stack's put into a sheep though, and Swapsy not really dropping too much. Knees does dispel that. Knees gets put into a full climb though. Swapsy has a fear overlapped on top. I think that was from the Siphene though. So Swapsy down to about half, but Knees then put into a deep freeze off of that Cyclone, so not really able to help his Shaman out too much, who has used Shamanistic Rage and Healthstone there, as well as his Stone form. Blankets he has to follow that up, but Swapsy did use a healing stream there, and it looks like he's going to be okay for now. Well, there's a full sheep onto knees, so we might need to see him trinket here. Swapsy definitely going to be in a bit of trouble now. Probably going to have a healing tide coming out. Calatweeks and FakeU have pretty much 100% uptime right now. Swapsy down to 20%, another sheep onto knees, but looks like he's going to be just okay for now. They use the gateway to get away there. And FakeU's pet's actually seeming to be the target.
And he's just got locked out there. And he's actually got CS full there and overlapped with the clone, but Swapsy might just die because of that lockout. He gets this certain roar, and I think he needs to trinket it, trinket and get a guardian on me or a life swap. It actually is quadra sheep on him, so Swapsy might be fine for now. He's on 30% HP. He actually gets rooted, and they try to actually bug out the gate, so not gonna happen there. So he's actually gonna be able to get that one. Too bad for them. Swapsy's still taking so much pressure. He's never being able to like recover and doing much damage as he can. With Phenomenon stuck in a full fear here, and he's not gonna be able to get out of that one. And Kalak as well stuck in a full fear. Maybe they can swap onto FakeU. That's what I would like to see. But good job by FakeU, because he's just jumping down, getting a new water elemental, and he's gonna be fine for now. And to be honest, the next change is it was really ballsy by Knees holding that trinket for so long. So good job by them. But also they need to make something happen, because there's a time limit for them to actually win the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they haven't really had too much pressure on FakeU or Calatweeks right now, but Calatweeks going to be a target. Drops to about 70%, but Blanket CS onto knees might see some follow-up on this. This could be the start of the CC chain. Is put into a disorient, but gets full sheeped off that actually. Deep onto Bluckstack. Bluckstack does trinket that to try and get some fears out, but looks like he's not going to be able to get too much out right now. FakeU put into a how, does trinket that, Swapsy the target, Knees in a full fear right now. Looks like he's not getting tremored, holding his trinket as well. Swapsy, obviously quite confident in his ability to survive, has healing stream down. Knees is no longer in CC for the time being, but he's now put into a blanket. He really needs to get a life swap off or something. Just something to help Swapsy survive here. Swapsy down to about 30% mana as well. Could be in a bit of trouble. Has got his stone form and his trinket available again though. But there's the burst out of the LSD team, and they do get Calatweeks down to 20%. Dark Soul from Bluckstack. Sheep onto knees though. Swapsy unable to kind of help with this burst too much. Has got to try and keep defensive. Bluckstack put into a Disorient. Swapsy put into a Fear, probably by the Scythe again. But looks like Knees is going to put a Fear ward up, not going to be getting feared anytime soon. Is in a blanket CS while Bluckstack sheep, unable to dispel that for him. But no CC to follow up from that, and he has managed to pick Swapsy up now.
Yeah, and I mean, Fernando was like in fairs and stuff, but there wasn't any pressure into FakeU. Like, they haven't managed to force anything. They're just gating back and forth all the time, and they're not doing anything, to be honest. They're just negating the loss. They're just like delaying their own loss. So I feel like they need to be the team trying to get some pressure here. But look at this, full fair into Polymorph, overlapped a little bit with this certain roar here, but Swapsy taking so much pressure. They actually, even though it overlapped a little bit, it's not gonna matter. Swapsy taking so much pressure anyway. He has to use that Shamrage, and Bluckstack can't really do too much alone here. I mean, he's getting sheep, he's getting controlled really nicely by FakeU, and a silence cross CC with on Easy. He's just gonna have to trinket that. He's gonna be Guardian or a life swap or something coming in onto Swapsy, because else he just might die here. They are sheep, and Swapsy's on 2% HP. He's gonna get that Guardian, so he's gonna be fine for now. He's gonna actually get cloned on that a little bit too late. If he got cloned on 2% HP, it would be so huge for them, and they would just probably be able to kill him off there, or either force a life swap there. So nice job by the change CC of Nafig from the beach here, and I think next change CC on Knees is just gonna be game.
Yeah, well, they have started off with a Fear. If we see a follow-up, this could be it right now. No trinket available for him. There's the blanket CS. Swapsy down to about 60%. Has got his trinket and stone form available to him right now. Has got a healing stream down as well to help him a little bit. Knees put into a deep freeze, gets off a Fear and a Pom, but that's about it. FakeU was Priest put into a Fear, so was FakeU. Both willed that actually, so both are in a little bit of trouble right now. Apparat's mana's down to about 30% though. Knees did sit a sheep there into a Disorient though. Swapsy's still going to be the target. Bluckstack unable to get too much out. A blanket onto Knees right now. Swapsy's Shamrage has come out. Healing Tide as well. Down to 40%. Is healing himself. But I want to see that more use of that Thunderstorms trying to keep people down to kind of give his Priest a little bit of breathing room just so that he can catch up and then get some pressure. Bluckstack was put into a sheep but is dispelled. Put into a re-sheep as well. FakeU the target right now. Down to about half. Apparat's mana put at 20%, but he is put into an Axtos. Dots all around the team. FakeU's still sitting about half. Just casting Polymorphs right now, trying to keep his pressure, keep pressure off them. He is forced to Ice Block as Bluckstack Dark Soul though.
Yeah, and that was just spiking down. He actually could have died without Ice Blocking. And there's the Thunderstorm you're looking for, man. They get Thunderstorm to really far away, and FakeU's just trying to come into the fight again. But, I mean, that's going to give them a breathing room they need. They need to do that way more. Try to look for a good Thunderstorms, but hasn't happened too much. That was probably a first good Thunderstorm by Swapsy. Looking to see that more. Knees still 100% mana almost, and I guess that's because he's been stuck so much in CC, and Phenomenon actually starting to run Bloom, and I think that's just because he's playing so offensive. But look at Kalak dropping to 20% HP. Has used his Earthstrike, but doesn't have too much. He has actually almost everything available. He's kind of being greedy here and killing the Light Wall here. He's on 40% HP, catches his shield. Fake you as well on 40% HP, taking some serious pressure, but no CC on Phenomenon, so he's gonna be fine for now. Fake you stuck on a little bit fair, and he's gonna actually will have forsaken that one or Trinket. So he's taking so much pressure, and he's gonna have to use the second Ice Block, and it's overlapped with the life swap, so that might come back and bite him after that. So he's trying to heal himself off. Phenomenon behind the pillar, full axe toss into Fake as well, so he's in a bit of a rough position as he's in the open, and Swaps is managing to get those lava bursts off here, being able to do some pressure here, but full Cyclone overlapped with the CS here on knees. Swaps again, I take some serious pressure here. It doesn't look like it, and they seem to be playing defensive now, Nafig from the beach, and I think that's the right choice here, because they don't have, they actually don't have any aspects available on the mage, I think. So good choice by them, actually, just trying to play defensive here. Phenomenon actually running low on mana as well. Needs to really recover there. He has the Mindbender available, so he's gonna be able to do that for now. And Bluxec trying to do a lot of pressure into Fake. He does temporal shield all the bursts there, so he's gonna get healed back after the Fake and after that.
Yeah, that actually all did happen. Zapparat Phenomenon sat down for a drink. Fakey was forced to PS there. Had the PS put on him. Cyclone onto knees, Disorient onto Blockstack and Swapsy, but no follow-up CC onto knees. Does use a Fear, which I'm not sure who that hit, but Fakey has got Alter Time up right now. Was spell stealing on, did get the Fear Ward off of knees for Phenomenon as well. Ring of Frost off that full sheep onto knees, so could be seeing him into a full fear here. There it is. Swapsy in a little bit of trouble, is rooted away, unable to get a Tremor Totem down to break his priest out of that, but looks like it's going to be fine for now. Knees is put into a blanket though. The Healthstone was used by Swapsy there. Ascendance comes out from him now. Going to see a huge amount of burst come out. We're going to have to see who this is on. Doesn't really seem to be doing too much damage with it, as he is being shut down by Calatrix right now. Apparently, Phenomenon sat at full fear there though, and Calatrix then feared off that, but looks like Apparat's going to be taking a lot of damage. He does seem to be the target here. Drops down to 40%. Looks like he's going to be able to get away and pick himself up with no problems though.
Yeah, I mean, he spiked down a little bit, but he's gonna be fine for now. Swapsy doesn't have Trinket available, he doesn't have his, some of his CDs available, so he's taking some serious pressure here. He uses a healing stream for himself, trying to just help out Knees healing up, but he's taking so much pressure here. Kalak actually has to use his boxing as well, taking some serious pressure here. Some procs being popped by Knees with Swapsy, but look at Swapsy's HP, he's on below 40% HP, he has to use his Sham Rage now, and Knees was stuck in the deep freeze, no follow-up CC. I guess, for now, Fakey going for the sheeps here. You've seen him actually on Blocksec, trying to force the SVD on himself while sheeping Blocksec. Nice job by him, but Knees is not falling for that now, so no CC coming into Knees here, running into the Spectral guys. Maybe also get a Fear and Phenomenon would be real ideal here, and he gets the double Fear here, that's so huge. Knees running in with that and Spectral guys, getting the Fear and Phenomenon, has forced it below Forsaken. Next CC might force something huge here, and Phenomenon is also stuck in an awkward position here, so he might be an ideal target to swap on, and he's being swapped on. He has to use the Battle Master, he's trying to escape here, he uses a shield on himself, he's managed to be fine for now. Knees stuck in a full deep freeze there, he's gonna get sheep off, and he's gonna get interrupted. Nice job by Swapsy here, stopping the CC from Fake You, as it's gonna be nice, but there's gonna be full clone anyway, and Swapsy taking still so much pressure here, dropping to 30% HP. Healing stream's gonna be able to heal him a little bit up, but there's a Pump Sheep as well. He gets full fear here, and he did manage to get a Pump Sheep up, so he's gonna actually just Pump rough around Swapsy, which is kind of weird here.
The sheep actually broke to the Frozen Orb, so he was actually on DR as well. It did take that full sheep, it broke instantly, so bit of a mistake there by Fake You, but Swapsy completely not going to be able to get any damage out right now. It's going to be waiting for his Thunderstorm cooldown, which will be back up shortly. There it is, does get the mana back from that. But Fake Phenomenon in a huge amount of trouble, does get put into down to about 20%, but is able to pick himself up. Knees put into a sheep though, as Stack was put into a Disorient, and Swapsy's still the target. Out comes his Sham Rage and Healing Tide as well, so looks like it's going to be fine for now, even though Knees is put into a blanket camp spell.
Yeah, and one thing to notice is it's actually 1 minute left till it's a draw. So on the 11-minute mark, it's going to be a draw, and both teams are going to be awarded 1 point, and it's going to be a win for Nafig from the Beach, as they're going to have a 2-1. And so that's going to be match point here if they actually don't finish someone off, or if Toxic Youth doesn't do anything during this 1 minute. Fake does have no ice. He's just about to get one more ice block available, but they seem to be fine. Even if the Fake has been low in mana, he's been low in mana the whole game, so it doesn't seem to matter at all. The light veil is up by Knees. Don't think any of them is gonna drop down. Actually, Swapsy's either low it and blanks this into Knees here. So if there are any more CC, defreeze as well, or Frozen Orb, he's not hitting anyone, unfortunately. Swapsy's gonna be fine for now. He's actually Knees is actually stuck in a full clone here. Fake here actually taking some serious pressure. Dropped 20% HP, and he uses ice block. Nice job by him, as it's just a matter of 30 seconds left, and Swapsy has to use his Sham Rage here. he's gonna be fine for now, but he's spamming those elemental blurs, all these costs, man, trying to finish off Fakey, but it's not gonna happen now. That's all the burst they had for that moment, and Fakey just spamming sheeps into block stack, and his 13 seconds left here until his draw. Full pump sheep into knees here, Cyclone into block stack here. Can Swapsy actually survive this? Can he actually get a kill here? It doesn't look like it, as there's no more CC into knees, so he's gonna be fine for now. CS into Swapsy, nothing is gonna happen too much. Swapsy's actually gonna trinket it, just trying to play offensive here, but I think it's just draw right now. But you can commentate if you want to.
I actually got kicked out of the game for some reason. I thought it had drawn, but no, I think it is going to be a draw at this rate. I mean, they still have, I believe they still have Heart of the Wild available if they really needed that heals, and they can just play defensive and time it out.
Yeah. Seems like it was a draw. So yeah, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be 2-1 in the overall best of 3 series here for Nafig from the beach here, and they're gonna take max point with them. It's Texas Youth is gonna be happy, I guess. They're gonna get that 1 point anyway, even though they lost the overall series. They won one of the best of 3 series, so they're gonna still get that 1 point. So they're not gonna be too bad. It's not gonna be too bad for them as well.